South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley taking aim at the caustic state of politics right now, calling on everyone to turn down the volume, especially on the campaign trail.
There's a tendency to falsely equate noise with results. Some people think that you have to be the loudest voice in the room to make a difference. That's just not true. Often the best thing we can do is turn down the volume. When the sound is quieter, you can actually hear what someone else is saying. And that can make a world of difference.
Joining me now, Candy Carson. She has a new book out about her life with her husband, Republican presidential candidate Dr. Ben Carson. Great to have you on The Real Story, Candy. I'm wondering if you thought that Nikki Haley was talking to your husband last night in her speech in any way.
Yeah, well, we missed most of that last night because we were flying from Texas, so I didn't get all that.
All right. Let's talk about the debate that's coming up tomorrow night on Fox Business. Will your husband be changing his tactics at all?
Well, my understanding is that I'm here to talk about the book, and what he's planning to do is up to him and the team. He's doing debate prep right now, so I'm not involved in that because I'm here. So I really can't speak to that, but I can talk about the book.
Okay. Well, I do want to talk about some of the stories that are in the book. One of the interesting things was, and I know from writing a book recently myself, that some of the things you have to put in there, and it happened many months ago before it actually gets published, but you tell a story about how he once wanted to kill himself as a child with rat poison, and then he got talked out of it by his brother. And I understand it was, you know, comical and nonsensical. Do you think that that kind of a story, what has been the response for you, and what has been the response for him on the campaign trail?
Well, I'm not sure how many people know about that story, but as far as the campaign trail is concerned, wherever we go, it's amazing how many people resonate with logic, common sense, Judeo-Christian values, and not stealing from future generations. You know, with this $18.5 trillion debt, it's a number we can say, but it's so hard to wrap your mind around it, because if you tried to pay it off at a rate of $10 million every day, 365 days a year, and $10 million is nothing to sneeze at, but $10 million every day, it would take you 5,000 years.
Right.
We're saddling the next generation with all this debt, and their quality of life is just not going to be anywhere near ours. If we don't do something about this, we have to do something.
I know that you met each other at Yale. You have been together for many, many years, and in the tease before you came into this segment, your husband said that he had already won the lottery that we're all talking about today, and that's because he says he was born in America and he knows the Lord. I know that this is something that is very important to both of your lives together.
Yes, yes, it is, and I tell you, being born in America is such an honor, privilege. It's like hitting the jackpot, like you said, because we have so many opportunities here that we can take advantage of, and it's available for everyone, but it's not going to be if we don't do something about some of the problems we have in this country. I mean, it's not just that debt that I was talking about earlier, but there's also the fiscal gap that most politicians won't talk about. It's amazing how much it's grown over the last few decades. If we were fiscally responsible as a nation, the unfunded liabilities, which would be Medicare, Medicaid, other government programs, and you compare that with the funds that are coming in, you know, tax revenues and other revenues, it should be pretty much equal, but because we haven't been fiscally responsible like we should be, that debt has grown to a point where it's now over $200 trillion.
We're supposed to all tighten our belt straps, but the government doesn't have to, right? Maybe that will be one of the big questions. No, we all are responsible for tightening our own belt strap, you know, and controlling our own wallets, but the government doesn't sometimes do that. The book is called A Doctor in the House, My Life with Ben Carson. Candy Carson, thanks much.